Coming to you live here from Axton on Mars Drive. What's the address, Sheriff?
I don't have the exact house number here on Mars Drive.
Right. What's happening?
We're executing another narcotic search warrant here on Mars Drive, again in the Axton community.
Is this further? Of course, before the election, you said you'd keep doing this, and this is you doing that, right?
Yeah, most certainly. Drugs are a problem in this community as well as communities across the nation. It will always be a focus of ours, so we'll always continue to work on drug dealers. This is part of an ongoing drug operation. The individual who resided here, he is in custody currently on an indictment for distribution of cocaine.
Right.
There will be additional charges coming from what we found here today.
Right. What have you been able to find?
So far, we found additional cocaine as well as a number of firearms that are legally possessed.
Right. Do you feel like this is making the streets a little safer?
I think every drug dealer we remove makes the streets a little safer.
Looks like you brought the armored. Is this something you'll bring to everyone?
Anyone that involves a risk factor, and anytime you're entering the home of someone who sells drugs, there's always that potential, especially when we know there are firearms located here.
Right. I know that you've been busy getting ready to be sheriff and so forth. Is this something we'll see regular?
We plan for it to be regular. As long as I'm sheriff, drugs will always be the focus here in Henry County.
Number one priority?
Number one priority. It's an issue in this community. Again, like I said, communities across the country, and it will always be a priority to us. So we will continue to work on drug dealers. I think those will ebb and flow. We've seen a large number of search warrants a couple months ago. We made an impact on the way drugs were sold in this community. So we had to go back and build some additional cases. And so we're expanding our investigations out. And so every time we develop probable cause to execute one of these search warrants, we'll be doing so.
How many of your staff you say is dedicated toward the drug problem?
I say 100% of them. They all understand the impact drugs have in our community.
Right.
And they're all passionate about removing it.
One thing I have noticed is it looks like you're working closer with the city now, the department is.
We have a great relationship with the city police department. Chief Fincher and I consider him not only a co-worker, but he's a good friend of mine, so we've always had a good relationship, and so we're just working daily to make that better.
Okay. Thanks, Sheriff.
Yes, sir.
All right, folks, Charles work here on scene. As we're watching them do the investigation, we'll keep you updated on things that are going on in the community. I'm Charles Work, Star News.